nhãn hiệu ESO. Xưa cái gọi vô ESO đậu xanh.
Bits when you've all actually woken up and we're all ready to get to Stonehenge. So let's think just a little bit about the story of Stonehenge, what's going on there. I think for all of us we can start with the name, and we can split the name into two halves, stone and henge. Now the stones, yes, there are some very large standing stones in Stonehenge. There are two types of stone in Stonehenge. The very, very big ones are called sarsen stones, and the biggest of them weigh about between 30 and 35 tons. To give you an idea, that's, imagine this coach with all of us on it and full of luggage, and double it, and it's still not quite getting to that point. So it's a huge weight that we have in these massive stones, which have come from about 20 miles or about 30 kilometers away of Stonehenge. And this is the one I can tell you the answer that we know 100% is that we don't know what the original purpose of Stonehenge was. But we do know what it has been used for since it's been created. So, has it been a giant temple? Yes, it's still used as a place of worship by people today. Druids, people, pagans, people who worship multiple gods, they still use Stonehenge as a temple today. Sometimes you see people up there. Another thing that Stonehenge has been used for, to the party when it came to agriculture here on this island. But we start about 4,500 years ago, and when you live in a village and you grow crops, it becomes very important to know the time of the year, because you need to know when you can harvest, how long your food has to last until you're harvesting your crops again. So as I say, that becomes much more important. Before, people were hunter-gatherers. They just collected food or killed an animal, ate it, and then carried on. But then timings become important. So we see here in Stonehenge, it's representative of a big turning point in society on this island, going from being hunter-gatherers to being people living in cities, villages, farms, living in the same place. So we see a big change in society. Anyway, let's move on to think just a little bit about the practicalities of what's going to happen when we get here to Stonehenge. Now, first of all, Jodie's going to drop us in the coach park. Maybe there are some people on the coach who've been to Stonehenge before, and it was many, many, many years ago. Audio guide for Stonehenge while you're up there, then you can listen to it on that. In theory, sometimes these boxes do not work. If you really, really, really want the audio guide for Stonehenge, then the other thing that you could do now, before we get there, is to use your cell phone, connect it to the Wi-Fi, and search for the app for English Heritage Stonehenge, and then that has the audio guide on it as well, which is perhaps more likely to work. So if you do want the audio guide while you're up there, then you can go onto your phone, connect to the Wi-Fi network, remember the password is Stonehenge123, and then just search in your app store for Stonehenge, and it'll give you the official app, which will also play the audio guide. The only difference is you have to press the button as you go around, but that's all. Also, if you don't want to listen to the audio guide, that's fine. You can just go up there and enjoy it, and take some pictures, and soak up the atmosphere, and then head back down. Of course, the shuttle will bring you back down to the coach, but on the way back down, the shuttle drops you off, and they force you to exit via the gift shop. It's like everywhere in the world. Here in the gift shop in Stonehenge, they have almost anything you can possibly imagine in the shape of Stonehenge. Now don't imagine too much, but chocolate shaped like Stonehenge. A chess, a version of chess, the board game, where the pieces are like the stones from Stonehenge. A bowling game where you can knock Stonehenge over. T-shirts, hoodies, caps, umbrellas, sunglasses, all with Stonehenge on them. I jest a little bit, but it's actually a really good gift shop here at Stonehenge. Next to the gift shop, next to the coach park where we'll get off, and then next to the gift shop there are bathrooms. There are no bathrooms right up next to Stonehenge, so use them when you get off the coach and use them before you get back on. There is also a little museum next to the gift shop as well. I would suggest that you go up to see Stonehenge first, then come back down, then see the gift shop, cafe, little museum. So, that's our plan at the moment. It's the other thing. The drive from here back to Windsor is going to be hopefully about 1 hour and a half. So, as always, and I know that it's sunny. Oh, it rained a lot yesterday. Yeah. Anyway, we're obsessed with the weather because it changes all the time. Also, look at some of the plants. You see they're moving around. It's quite windy. When you're at Stonehenge, you're going to be up on the top of a hill with you. It's not the end of the world. Let's set our during the day. Our meeting place will always be back on this vehicle, on this coach, and we'll set our departure time for 12. So not just today, but any day while you're traveling. Never leave stuff like your passport, medication. To the office here, get the tickets for you. You need to see me before you get on to the shuttle. Okay, because I need to give you another ticket, which is another wristband on the shuttle by then. But being back of it, can you see this building on the right? That's the gift shop, the cafes, the museum. You see the people with the yellow jackets on there? They're pointing you down towards the shuttle bus. I'll be coming across with you to the shuttle bus. All these people are going to get there before you. They're going to get on the one before you. They run every 3-4 minutes.
Đồ xe đậu.
Đây là xe lớn á.
Xe của cái công ty tới nè. Đây còn chỗ.
Thông báo rất
If we look over on the right, you see there's a big sign that says English Heritage Stonehenge. This building on our right hand side is close by to, we'll see it properly in a minute again. I will be standing next to that with your tickets.
What the?
Very, very surely. So here we are. Bring with you anything that you need. Remember, 12:45 they will be back. So start heading off the coach and walking down to the left hand side. You can see
Vậy có là mình 4 cái rồi.
Đeo vô tiếp nữa. You want it on the same hand?
Đeo tiếp lần nữa. Ticket again.
how many people just want? This is the ticket.
Cái chị kia là đồ Hàn Quốc mà đồ á.
Đi bộ đi đường này, đi suốt cầu đi đường này, em chọn đi đường nào? Okay, so that hill, like, you estimate the weight?
It's hard to say. Yeah. Everyone have their wristband.
Chị biết cái gì? Chị biết cái gì?
Đi bộ
Em biết
khoảng 30 cây.
Cái đường chị biết đi bộ này 30 phút.
Đi bộ 30 phút đi không?
Ừ. Còn lại thì chị biết cái gì? Là chị biết đi cái gì? Là chị biết đi nhanh nhanh.
Xe 30, đi bộ 30 phút.
Ừ.
Mình đi bộ chừng nào đi ra? Mình đi bộ 30 phút, đi về 30 phút là hết 1 tiếng.
À hết 1 tiếng mất rồi.
Mấy cái tour nó còn đi 3 điểm đi cho kịp á.
Ừ. Giờ tối.
Về 9 giờ, 10 giờ.
À.
Chứ không phải như xe mình gắn kêu lên đâu.
Đa số phụ nữ đây nó sẽ dễ.
Điếm người ạ.
Ừ. Hết rồi.
Receiving.
Dư. Ồ, đông ghê. Đông không kiếp. Good morning. Ngồi vô trong ấy.
Ngồi trong hay ngồi ngoài?
Sẽ ngồi luôn còn cản nữa.
Đây có đứng mà.
visitor shuttle bus to Stonehenge. Your journey will take about 5 minutes, passing through the rolling landscape of the World Heritage Site. For your safety, if you are standing, please hold onto the rails at all times. On the way, you'll be able to spot some of the other prehistoric sites that make up a complex of monuments surrounding Stonehenge. Some of the monuments date from before the time of Stonehenge, some from the same time, and some were built after construction work at Stonehenge ended. All of the sites described are on the map in the free orientation leaflet. Much of the rest of southern England was more densely forested at the time. This might be why people chose to build monuments here on the open chalk grassland. The wood on the ridge is known as Fargo Wood, and if you'd like to walk part of the way to Stonehenge, you can get off here. Push the 0.7 miles in length and runs on the left-hand side, parallel with the road you're travelling on. On this left side of the bus, you should be able to see some low have all your personal belongings with you. Don't forget that you can set off for a walk in the landscape around Stonehenge afterwards if you wish. We hope you enjoy your visit.
Lớn hơn chứ hả?
bên này mới thấy.
Have a lovely day. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Tuấn làm xuống chưa?
Chưa. Kìa. Nó xuống sâu kìa. Đáng lẽ là nó làm cái bãi vô trong này chút, ta bớt cái phương tiện rồi biết di chuyển đi. Bà bám ruộng làm gì?
Không muốn ngồi nhìn thấy không?
À, muốn em mà nhìn thấy đúng không?
Từ thời kỳ đồ đá.
À, đơn giản có cục đá không vậy? Tới nùm nượp, tới nùm nượp, đi cả một ngày trời.
Nườm nượp từ sáng tới trưa mới tới đây.
Đi từ 5 giờ sáng đây.
3 triệu anh.
3 triệu 6.
3 triệu 6 anh.
Ừ.
Wow.
Từ sáng giờ mất ngày không cho anh. Đó. Du lịch.
Đi tìm cục đá.
Đi tìm lời ru mặt trời.
Đi tìm cục đá. Lời ru mặt trời. Từ sáng giờ. Đi mặt đá của cái đây là ở trên cái ấy của mà cái trên cái máy tính mà cái
Đá cái hình nền á.
hình nền
Windows á.
Windows á.
Ừ. Nổi tiếng tới giờ.
Giờ đã thấy.
One way street.
Người nườm nượp. Nườm nượp người ơi là cười. Ôi cái cục đá lớn hết chứ ba.
Tôi nhớ là
Chờ nó lên. Không, cái cục đá lớn hả? Sao mà người ta khiêng lên sao hay vậy ta? Đi tìm cục đá.
Nhìn ngoài kia đang ngược sáng.
Phía này bị ngược sáng, qua phía kia chụp nó mới rõ.
Nó cái mùa xuân, giờ mùa hè cỏ cháy.
Và người ta đào cho
Anh giờ thấy cục đá chưa? Rô mặt trời. Bỏ máy bỏ. Đi cục đá đây mà đi 1 ngày trời, mất 100 bảng, tương đương với 3,5 triệu 50, mà không có ăn đói meo rau. Ở đây trước kìa.
অনেকে ওয়েট করছে, চলে
chụp ạ. Đây chụp quen này. Cạo cái áo khoác qua đây. Walk forward. Walk. Chưa cạo.
nè, em quay làm thế em đi. Nó chụp được thế đó. Ja, samband med det.
14. Vậy cái dây đây không? Đưa cái ba lô đây chỉ lên cái dây không?
Chụp sát cái đó, chụp lên mới nhảy được. Nè, 1, 2, 3 nè. 1, 2, 3 bấm nha. 1, 2, 3.
Rồi, action.
Antonio, come walk with me, buddy. Please.
Yeah.
What food do you think you feel like? I think you're a pretty cool guy. Are you whinging or talking? Yeah. You'd be a common street pigeon. Not even like a cook, half of one of his foot gone.
Kuya mo naman sige kaputol na yung kwan, hindi man yung kailangan.
가방 눌렀더니 뭐 있어?
여기서 찍었어요. 지금이라도 찍을래?
다 보내줘 알지?
다 갤럭시로 지워버리고
레레 요요요요요.
셀카라도. Nadie te contaba. Eso para acá.
Mas porque ela era uma foto.
Wala kaya wala ba? Basta hindi sila nakatingin. Ulit mo. ¿Qué pasa?
Okay, from here it looks more like Stonehenge. Yeah, and I think
Yeah, but just show them to each other. That's really what happened last time.
Thank you so much. Sorry. Thank you.
Em bé.
Continued to visit Stonehenge during the Roman period, leaving a variety of objects, such as coins and pottery fragments. It might have been regarded as a temple at that time. Stonehenge as we see it today is a ruin. It has suffered from 4,000 years of decay and destruction. By 1740, when the earliest accurate plan was drawn, many stones had already fallen, and some had been removed from the site, probably for use as building material. From most attraction, visitors carved their names on the sarcens and chipped off souvenir pieces from the stones. The owner, Sir Edmund Antrobus, enclosed the site in 1901 and introduced an entrance fee, employing a policeman to ensure visitor safety and prevent damage. In the same year, the first restoration project took place, when one of the dangerously leaning stones, remaining upright at the Great Trilithon, was returned to a vertical position. The Antrobus family sold Stonehenge in 1915, and it was purchased by Cecil Chuck, a local for £6,600. 3 years later, Cecil and his wife Mary donated it to the nation. Subsequently, there was a period of major restoration when many of the stones were set in concrete. At the same time, extensive archaeological excavations took place. Further restoration in the 1950s and 1960s helped to secure the monument for the future. Today, Stonehenge and the monuments around it are designated as a World Heritage Site and receive over 1 million visitors a year from all over the world. If you'd like to find out more about Stonehenge and the fascinating later history of this area, a guidebook is available to purchase in the shop. If you're staying nearby, we recommend a visit to our partner museums, Salisbury Museum in Salisbury and Wiltshire Museum in Devizes. There you can see more prehistoric objects from this area and learn about the archaeologists and antiquaries who discovered the history of this landscape. We are now arriving at the visitor centre. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to explore our exhibition, stay for something to eat or drink in our cafe, and browse the shop. As you leave the bus, please take care and ensure you have all your personal belongings with you. On behalf of English Heritage and the Stonehenge team, we hope you enjoyed your visit today.
Chín phút nữa mà.
Lên chập lẹ để hết giờ. Được mấy. Bà cổ đại này.
Yeah, that's fine.
Đưa chụp lại cho nhanh. Nhà tranh không đó cái gì đâu vô. Cảnh như nhà quê mình.
Chụp tấm ảnh cho đây.
Em. Đây. Đây. Lộn đường.
Hai con. Đây xe hơi. Nhớ chạy ra ngã kia mà sao kêu vô đó. I was just going.
Here in Stonehenge, and everybody's feeling refreshed and rejuvenated from the magical powers of Stonehenge, and we're all feeling happy and healthy after seeing Stonehenge. It is time for us now to start heading back on through to Windsor. I was just talking to one of the other drivers here who was involved in that crash that we saw the van on the side there, but unfortunately no serious, well, some serious damage to the metal of the vehicles, but no damage to human beings from everything I've heard about that crash that was on the way up through here to Stonehenge. So we came past, so at least that's good news. Anyway, we will be heading out into, you see loads of the countryside. We've already seen loads of the countryside here in Stonehenge as well.
Tao quay chỗ khác tao quay lại nữa.
So the area all around us here is called the Salisbury Plain. It's nothing to do with Salisbury Steaks, but it is to do with the city of Salisbury, which is not far away from us here, only about 9 miles away or something. 25 minutes drive or so away from us. All these cars over here on the left as well, lots of local people coming out to see Stonehenge. It is on one of the main roads going down to the southwest of England. So if you imagine a map of England, and there's a bit at the bottom left that sticks out, it kind of looks like a foot sticking out at the bottom of it. That is Cornwall and Devon, the two counties down there. And the road that you saw when you were up at Stonehenge, with all the traffic going up and down it, we're about to go into that now. It's got the A303. It's one of the main ways down to the southwest of England, which is a big holiday destination. Look at these sheep on the left. Nobody try and count all of the sheep in the field, because you know what happens when you count sheep? You fall asleep. Very bad joke there, but anyway, I'm cherries. But these ones from this in this lay-by here on the left-hand side, they actually they come from about 2 fields because we are about to go past Stonehenge. So you're going to see your final views of Stonehenge over on the left-hand side in just a moment's time when we get past over the hill. The railways, the towns, villages and cities. So yeah, we are crowded because we crowd in just a very small part of the campground. So we can see the tallest stone, that little bump. Then there would have been a socket, a hole in the horizontal one, and they fit together. The horizontal one has been lost. It's been taken away. A lot of the stone's been used for building other things, especially if we go back into the 1600s. There was a time when the Puritans were around and many people down the street. But what really does show you what's happened with farming is that 20 years ago that same average was more like 45,000 pounds. And inflation should tell you it should have gone up, but in fact it's gone down. farmers used to get
Kẹt
lots of
xe
money,
dài thăm thẳm luôn,
and they lost it,
mấy cây số
some
luôn.
of it, because of the biggest political
Nó kẹt
decision
xe
we
mày
made in
đâu.
this country over the last 10, 15 years.
Để đây tranh lỗi cho đâu, phải thấy quá.
Brexit, their farm-
Quá trời luôn,
There you go. It's
tai
the
nạn
biggest
kẹt quá
political
trời luôn.
decision we made in this country. Nowadays, many farmers, they do something different. Like they'll use the land for solar panels. And you probably saw it on the way in if you're awake, and if you weren't, you'll see it on the way back out now in the next 10 minutes or so. You'll see loads of solar panels around. That's one other.
Đẹp á, mấy con đường đẹp á.
So, while we're on the way back towards Windsor, let's just think very briefly. Let's also just do a quick check to see how awake we are. No, still pretty awake. Eventually crowned as our new king on Christmas Day, 25th of December in 1066 in Westminster Abbey in London. Now, the Westminster Abbey then did not look the same as the Westminster Abbey you'll see today, but was in the same place and it had the same function. It was the place for coronation ceremonies and for royal funerals and sometimes royal weddings, which is exactly what it's still used for today. So William's crown then, not going to last forever. It's going to rot. You could burn it down, and it's not that great for a defensive building. But when it was first built, it was made out of wood, and it was what's called a motte and a bailey castle. A motte is an artificial hill that you build by digging up all the ground in one place and putting it all in one other place, and generally in other places. So we don't need a defensive ring of castles around London, but we do need a residence, royal residence for the king, which is exactly what it's still.
tỉa hết đi.
Để cho lên cái cây
Anh tỉa khúc dưới hết.
cho nó thẳng ha. Và sao trồng thưa vậy?
Nó chặt quá rồi.
Hay là nó chín cái chỗ này nó trồng chín thấp. Đây mặt tiền. Đây cái cao thông này mới trồng. Đó. Đẹp quá. Đây về.
Tụi quay góc phòng đẹp quá. Khúc này mới là đó nha.
It was a
Nãy
big
giờ rừng không.
favorite of Queen Elizabeth II. She loved her horses and her dogs. We know the dogs maybe corgis and all kinds of racing horses. So she was still walking the dogs really late into her life. Of course, we know the Queen died just 3 years ago, and she was still walking the dogs well into her 90s. She was still riding horses, and she was definitely still watching the racehorses well into the 90s, especially after Prince Philip, her husband, had died. It was one of the very few times you saw her with a smile on her face was when her horses were winning. But we could see Ascot Racecourse over on the right hand side. You see through the trees the big grandstand, and then we'll see out into the actual course in just a moment, still on the right hand side. Big event there every year is in June. It's called Royal Ascot, and the whole thing goes going back to the early part of 1700s, just over 300 years ago, where we first started having the horse racing here at Ascot. And we will very sure. Again, that has a receiver. I have a microphone for it, and we'll use those just so you can hear me when we're on the way up to the castle. It won't be very long. It's only about 10 minutes on the way up there. From the outside today, the chapel, St. George's Chapel, the church which is inside the walls of the castle. It's a Sunday today, so there'll be a service going on. There'll be various services throughout the day going on inside the church. It is still a working church, but we'll see that. You'll see that from the outside, and it is where the name was a very German name because it came from Prince Albert, who was the husband of Queen Victoria, who was on the throne back in the 1800s, 1837 through to 1901, and they thought that was a very long reign at that time. But then we see Queen Elizabeth II went even longer, from 1952 through to just a couple of years ago, and then the children took Prince Albert's name, so they took the male name. That was what generally happened at that time, or generally still does in most places. Most cases, I should say, rather. And then, however, we get to the First World War, and you see that William the Conqueror, he built a big ring of castles all around London. Most of those now, they're gone, or there's very little ruins of them, but Windsor is still here because a couple of reasons. Number one, it's on the River Thames, so that meant it was easy to travel in and out from London. Makes sense. Also, it is close by to the Great Park, and the kings used to come out and use Windsor Castle as a hunting lodge, a place to live while they were going hunting. You can see some animals on the left, but they're not deer, they are cows over here on the left hand side. Big horns. So yes, just to go back to the practical things, once we get into the coach park, we're going to walk up all together. I'll have the umbrella up in the air so you can see where we're going. And then you're in. They are looking for knives, scissors, drones, bombs, liquid. Fine, I know I said it's airport style, but they're not worried about water, Coca-Cola, orange juice, whatever other drinks you've got. It's totally fine, no problem. A roof above your head, you can take photographs of whatever you want. When you're inside, there will be signs saying no photos. There are bathrooms inside the castle. There are shops inside the castle. There are restrooms. Sorry, I've already said that. There are cafes inside the castle as well. So you've got all those kind of things. There's all of those things outside the castle afterwards. That's
Máy này.
so all the amenities you might need. Just so bring with you anything that you might need for the next couple of hours. We will go and you can go and have a look around in those gardens. They'll be very well signposted inside the castle as well. Here we go, let's just head off the coach and we'll meet just next to this clock over here on the left hand side, and then we'll be ready to go up to the castle. Here we go, thank you.